Hours still up on the highest point in the game, I believe, but hold on, a bunch of players making a play with the launch pad. Vinny's already up there, but Leo is going to take it. They're going to knock him down and force an engagement. Everything is going down. It's now Zexro and Vinny who take complete control of that situation. It's all on to 72 Hours down on low ground. Is he going to be able to clutch up against two of the most prolific fraggers in the game? These guys are known for grabbing tons of high elimination games, right?
Shifted. You know, 72 Hours had high ground, and one launch pad changed the whole face of that game, and he was then essentially on ultimate low ground. Unfortunately for him, Vinny and Zexro were up there, and that was that.
And I've got to question whether that engagement is really going to mean one of those duos is going to qualify versus the other, right? It comes down 4 points are left, or actually 5 points for 72 Hours are left on the board there from that victory royale.
Here we are.
He could have taken out Zexro and Vinny at the same time, but another thing is Zexro dealing with that tendonitis. He is not looking like he has any sort of issues today. He's been worried about his career, his future. For now, he's pushing his way, making sure he's playing through. And another, I mean, that's been something he's been dealing with, but we also just saw Skite and Vato in EU qualify, and he is also dealing with that situation. He actually posted a long-winded explanation about his confidence, his tendonitis issues, and how it led up from week 1 all the way up to week 10.
And I mean, you know what? Today is game day, Bala. So these guys know, you know, the adrenaline has to be pumping with them.
Well,
you know,
well.
so any kind of pain or discomfort he's in may just be pushed to the wayside, might not even be at the forefront of his mind. He is trying to get as many games in as he can, play as hard as he can so that he can get that spot in New York. But kudos to him for kind of playing through and pushing through. That just shows how much these games and these tournaments and the World Cup essentially means.
Dormi, hai sonno, dormi, non è che adesso viene un peccato.
In the fifth zone, about to close that half in, half out right around the block. Pookie, we're getting close to that placement threshold.
300 punti in arena, anch'io.
We're getting close. There are still 32 players.
Ma dormi, hai rotto il cazzo! Oggi non sto... hai rotto il cazzo! Ecco, tanto... No, ti hai rotto il cazzo, non sto scherzando, fate dormire. Madonna mia. Non so dove lì. Che cazzo ridi, no? Tutta vita. Adesso me la prego, bro. Che tu? Ah, hai rotto il cazzo, vai a dormire, va. Cosa che sei tu, vai tornare di fare, non ti svegli, testa di cazzo. La tua vita, ti svegli. Vai a dormire dall'altra parte. Perché rompe il cazzo? Io sto qua davanti alla TV. Non qua davanti alla TV, rompe il cazzo, rompe il cazzo.
Exactly what they're at. They had so much time off the side of this hill, not finding any eliminations just yet. A perfect opportunity taken, and they tried to get it, but again, remember, queues are closed now.
Dormi! No, te cazzo.
We talked about earlier is definitely closed up, and now Outland getting right into the thick of things. He's going to take out Hope and his duo. Seeing that opportunity and seizing it.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if you know this, Bala, but Outland and I are actually very
guardi, immagini di Fortnite. Non mai visto in vita tua.
Gives me confidence, and I know that I'm going to have more wins in my future. You know?
Oh, we know you have a crazy amount of wins, Booty.
Vai dormire, vai. Vai. Fai la doccia, va sporca di merda.
I mean, it's just a win, Bala. You know, you
can
edit
vai,
like no
vai,
one
fai la
can,
doccia.
so, you know.
Victory Royale is a victory royale, one of the most important things in Fortnite. You know, it makes me jealous. Regardless,
Adesso mi
these guys are all looking forward to get towards
mi dispiace.
right now. Demo and Bizzle, we had Important clutch performance getting towards the end with a couple of different players, but here Demo picking up Sunny. Is it their time to shine?
Vediamo.
Demo and Bizzle right now looking exactly and taking stock of what is around them, looking to see, can they get through here safely? Where can they go from here? And it's just going to be tunneling forward. No opportunities really presenting themselves just yet, but Demo is looking and forcing opportunities. One comes through from Bizzle because they were all focused on Demo, and I think that is actually going to be 2 total eliminations. He might go down the zone, I think, if he's not careful, but hold on, Bizzle is stuck here against Commandment and High Sky.
It looks like Demo did end up disengaging there. Now, whether he had some kind of heals of slurp juice or no, he does end up going down, unfortunately, for Bizzle. His partner is going to be left behind there. That's unfortunate.
That is so unfortunate. What happened there was Bizzle was in shadow form. He was trying to get edited down from his teammate Demo, but when he made that edit, High Sky and Commandment immediately took that opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and take you out. He's gone. Bizzle now trying to clutch, still fighting against Commandment and High Sky, but I think that might be it. Yes, Bizzle did end up going down just then, I believe, but Kez and Fung right now taking out Commandment as well, who did take out Bizzle just then. So Kez and Fung, all of a sudden, they're in a strong position. High Sky is still above them. But that might be changing very soon here, but no, the ramp over and the pressure coming in. Yes, what a shot there from Kez from down below. And speaking of down below, everything all of a sudden is gone for Bolt Glace. He has no materials. And while they all fought down below and while the fight on high ground ended up going down, Kez and Fung take advantage from mid ground and clean out both high ground and low ground.
Oh, look at that fossil Bala. There were so many things that were happening at once there. We had so many fights occurring on high, mid, low ground. I feel as though at one point, you know, we had 20 people alive, and then it went down to 2, and then the game was over. It took a lot for me to be able to digest everything that just happened in that last match. But forget about that, because we have another one here, and we are looking at Steens right now. RBK Gilly, unfortunately, his partner not in this match anymore. But Steens has got he's got the bush on, so you know what that means.
Confusing.
I don't know, I was hoping you could give me an explanation. That's why I set you up for that, but you definitely didn't take it. So, you know, we're just hashtag Fortnite World Cup. If you can give us an explanation as to, you know, what kind of joke I was trying to make there, the bush and the ice cream, and it's, I don't know. You know, let's move on. So we have Steens there. Now he does end up taking a shot, but the bush blocked.
Però, ma posso mandarti un... Che sono, sì, ma anche
very scathed by any of that there, but people dropping into his 1x1s here, really being aggressive, but it doesn't matter because he gets the flick shot off on Apex Strudels. He goes down, and now he's going to look for his partner, who also made the mistake of coming into his box as well. So Aggro and his partner just completely obliterated by Steens.
Steens is not stopping either. I was actually wondering. There, he is finally going to go down, and I think that's kind of a representative of the playstyle that he was playing. He had the bush on earlier. He had so many different things going on. Playing a little bit like scared when they got into his box, continuing to make these edits, continuing to try to get away, but they did not want to let him go. Now we're already actually down to 6 duels remaining. This is one of the most aggressive games. Must be one of those W key games towards the end of the queues where people try to get one more game on top of a full-on, you know, push for getting the most eliminations. And I've already seen Zayton sack in one of these games right now. I see them in this game, and they're notorious for getting a crazy amount of eliminations. But hold that, because it's Perora right here is getting the most out of this game, but finally going to start getting pressure. It's out in the open. Put an end to the kind of rain here as the 5th or 6th zone starts to move.
Yeah, he is going to use a mini there to get himself shielded back up to 150 effective health, but he does have the 6 Shadow Bombs Bala as well as 3 times 20 instant health pots essentially sitting in his inventory there. So he is going to take the high ground, but gets rifted up, is going to drop down completely and try to make a play on any opponents that are, you know, coming into the zone that are pulling their gliders way too early. Isn't going to hit any shots, but now looking to low ground, hits for 36 and then 72. Rips the shield completely off of one of his opponents.
That was ridiculous, just the damage that he's instantly putting on that player. Fortunately, when you're in shadow form right now anymore, especially with patch 9.3, you can't get the lock onto those players when you're controller there. So now Parur, I don't know what I'm calling this guy, but regardless, he's getting pressured. And he keeps splitting up with his teammate, Buka. He was down below earlier, right before he got rifted. He was pressuring all sides, and Buka was somewhere else, making sure that, you know, I'm covering you. But they're actually going up against Envy, Lanane, and Tyler 15, and guess what? This is a World Cup qualifier team. So Buka and Parur got some work to do ahead of them.
They do, and I don't understand why Parur is not actually utilizing his health that he has right now. Oh, I think he's about to use it. Yeah, he's going to call Buka over. They are going to use it together. Use that AoE to get themselves a little bit more health and shield, but it doesn't matter because Lanane and Tyler know. They know what they're trying to do. They saw the campfire, and it's not going to be enough. Envy and Lanane now looking for Buka. Buka took out Tyler.
Mi assento.
There's one more player. There's one more player somewhere around. But all of a sudden he gets rifted, and there's so much going on in the final moments, which is crazy because of how many players were in this, but he's gonna go full challenge. Lanane does not have any chill. He's just going for it right now. He knows that these guys are all fighting, and he is so low on health. He cannot take any fall damage. That's why he opts to take that shadow bomb. But I think that was a mistake as he starts to get chunked right down, but not too much has been revealed. But no, Dylan on TTV is going to take him out at the last second. Zweedy, who they came out of nowhere. They must have been in shadow form the entire time because I didn't see them.
Or on ultimate high ground. I have no idea where these players were. It's like you said, they may have been in shadow form. I think possibly they were on high ground. Who knows where they were? It doesn't matter. The fact is that they've netted themselves a victory royale, and we are going into one more game here. We have only 6 players remaining in this one, 3 duos, so it's going to be a 2v2v2. It is the 5th circle, though, so look at this game, Vala.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the amount of points that a lot of these players are having and ending up in these games. We talk about, you know, those games right before the queues end, like and people playing them out to try to go for those high elimination games because of how they end up with the amount of players in them, the players that stay all the way to the end. But in this case, Untamed and Siler not taking full advantage, and really they're close. If they had a crazy game here, they could have possibly been pushing 70 points. But right now, not many eliminations left on the table, not many of those elimination points up on the table either.
Yeah, and you can see here that all of the players were actually concentrated in that one small little area. Everybody trying to rotate into the southern side of this circle. Pushing up is Untamed, gets the knock, and then absolutely just annihilates Playmaker there. So he is going to get himself a few more resources. They do have the Porter Rift, so we're going to have to see, you know, if they end up utilizing that. But with so few players left, I don't really think they'll need to.
No, absolutely not. And if they do, it ends up being a weird situation where you're really just giving yourself the opportunity to get shot down and put back out of the game. Right now, a little bit of moment of calm as that 6th zone does get revealed. We've got 30 seconds until it starts moving, and I think 30 seconds until the action really starts to heat back up here.
Yeah, and the zone going in the complete opposite direction to where it went to from the previous one. So these players are all kind of starting to get a little bit low on resources. It's very interesting to me that there are so few players left in the game. Nobody is trying to actually farm any kind of resources that you can see with all the trees there. They're all just kind of sitting and waiting for each other to make a move. So Untamed is actually going to be the first one to make the play and go up towards high ground. His partner Siler is actually to his left there, also raining shots down. They have to know that there's players in this box here. They are taking shots at them. It is just going to be trying to figure out where exactly they are at this point.
You know, with the amount of players left in this game, I just have to wonder. Actually, as Untamed is going right on to Dodo, that's actually going to find one more player for him. Or no, it's a whole duo to find. Siler's fighting on high ground right now. Is he going to be able to find it? Yes, Smart goes down. I gotta say, Storm Surge must have done its work there because there was nobody in that game. There was nobody at all. But regardless, a good win for Siler and Untamed. They clean up the end of that lobby. We're going to continue moving because NA East, still, the action is ending. And there's still so many people who are, you know, fighting for that last couple of spots there.
Yeah, the queues have definitely
Credo che
closed
questo
at this
sia
point. They
l'ultimo
only had about
torneo
5 minutes
che fanno.
remaining when we started casting.
L'ultimo,
So,
sì.
you know, we're definitely just seeing,
TSM,
like
ecco
you
ragazzi,
said, these games
TSM.
where these players tend to go full send to just get as many points on the board as they possibly can. Now, these guys know they're able to update the scoreboards every so often and the leaderboards, so they know approximately where they're sitting. So going into these games, Balla is somebody who plays quite a bit, as somebody who's observed a lot. What do you do if you're kind of a few spots out of the top of the leaderboards? What is your game plan?
I'm just trying to play my best, and I'm trying to maximize every single game that I have. It depends on how much time, though. We talk about the style of games as it comes down to the queues. But regardless, you can also see while you're sitting in that queue, you can go into the compete tab, or if you're not even playing, you can go into that compete tab and check out where these players are on the leaderboards. You can get those updates. But right now, I'm seeing something. Vinny just took out Keys, who was playing earlier, and we know that they were high up there on the leaderboard. So that could be a very consequential elim. And we did also see that that high placement game from Vinny and Zexo just moments ago. But in this game, they are not having a good time. I mean, everybody in the servers looking focused.
Vinny just getting his shield completely ripped off there, opting to pop the slurp. Does get the knockdown on Cascat. Now, if he can get that siphon out very quickly, he's going to be fine, which he absolutely does now. Going to be healed up again to full HP, so thank goodness for that, because that was a lot of pressure on those two for a brief moment. You can see that they have a baller in there, in their little build with them, so that is going to be a little bit of an opportunity for them to use to rotate when they need to. But we can see here Posix in this lobby. We've got Vinny, we've got Zexro. We have a lot of key players again in these lobbies here.
I'm seeing on the right side of the screen, Bhags and his teammate, his duo partner, Hart, trying to make their way up. They were in 4th last we checked, but I'm also seeing Snood and Thwifo, Slacks, who was Key's duo partner that Vinny took out earlier, just moments ago in the game.
Vabbè, ma chi ha 90
and he's at 90
punti,
points right now, so the fact that Keys went down and Slacks is still up, he knows the pressure is on. He has to make this work, and he has to stay even above who he knows is in the game, because he took out his duo partner. He knows that Vinny and Zex are in here, and he knows how close they are to him.
And if you're Slacks right now, you are certainly not feeling the best. Your duo's partner is gone. You're all by yourself. You don't have the best loadout, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Slacks somehow makes it work. This is why these are professional Fortnite players. He takes out Spazzy there with a combat shotgun, is looking to make a rotation, hangs in the air just a little bit too long, so does end up taking a little bit of damage, but he does have the minis. He is going to use them here to heal up, but no, he's not. Oh my gosh.
He's in the call. Yes, he drops him in. I think that might be, no, it's Aroa, who was up high on the leaderboards earlier with his teammate N-Pen. He's going to take him out. Take the mini first, and then the siphon elimination to make sure he goes up to max. Vinny and Zex are still in the game. And I just have to wonder who is going to come out on top of this, because this is going to decide a lot. Vinny and Zex are right now quite split.
Yeah, quite split, which is not something that you want to be doing when you have to rotate. All it takes is one duo to enter into your builds, and both just look at you and say, you know what, combat shotgun, here you go. But it doesn't matter, Zex and Vinny are now reunited. The TSM boys making their way through these builds here, looking to rain down shots onto their opponents. It's for 42. He does have a lot of opportunities here to take out either some players or, oh my goodness.
Going for a very risky glider redeploy there, both him and his teammate Vinny. But this is what Zexro is good at. This is why he is so good. We all know his aim is crazy. And looking right up, he sees the sky platform. They're actually going to build right all the way back up to it, get a little bit of height, because they know these players eventually have to come down off of it. And I have redeploy, but it's dropped on. Vinny starting to fight for it, not hitting the shot. I think that's going to be his cue to get right back down. And to Zexro, can he do it? Did get tagged a little bit while trying to do this. Yes, finally, boom. Oh, that's so scary. As one player right in front of him as he glides down. But perfect landing there. He's going to box him right out.
This is so risky for him to keep doing this and keep redeploying in this fashion. They have 17 players remaining in this lobby, so you at any point in time have 14 people looking at you. He doesn't have any builds left, so he is going to have to use the redeploy to get down safely, but he goes down unfortunately. Takes out Vinny. That's getting a little bit of revenge for his partner. You love to see it, Balla.
That is revenge in this game. Everything right now is hinging on the fact that Keys got revenge there.
Epic, no, non cercare Epic. Se giochi dalla play, manda sulla play. Non so Epic, Epic. Mica un tipo una tornata per Epic, no.
We're going into the last zone, and it's not even that final threshold top 5 or the victory royale either. Obviously, Zexro now getting a little closer, opening that door so he can edit through and use that shadow bomb and continue forward and maybe get towards any more placements. But he's only on 27 mats. I think right now what he needs to do is find elimination, find an impact elimination, find some materials on one of these bodies, get the siphon, because he is trying and playing with only 150 or 167 HP. Slacks picks up another kill, or another elimination. Meanwhile,
Zexro just utilizing his tactical shotgun there to the finest. He gets Sean, takes him out, gets himself back up to full HP. Picks up a little bit of build.
Che bravo. Lo accetto oggi come domani, va bene? Che sono le 2:21. TSM King 1510, bro. Accettato.
Out the last player there in Heart. The victory royale there for them is going to push them to 75, but I think they still need a little bit more than that, Pookie, because we just saw Keys and Slacks versus Zexro and Vinny, that duel there back and forth, the battle ending up pushing them towards around 90 points total, both of them.
Tipo per il giocatore competitivo, non so se te tipo sai battere il campione di sicuro sei diciamo un giocatore competitivo. Queste live sono veramente belle in pari. Io l'anno scorso guardavo. Non l'ho messo io, no. Sì, lo so, ma vabbè, TSM minchia. È bello quello. Io mi voglio chiamare tipo Facebook. Queste live veramente a me piacciono un sacco, impari come giocano.
Who is actually going
to
New York? I know I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. I have been all day with these games.
We have. We saw earlier Famhood's crazy clutch. I think the first one we saw with the chug splash, like a full-on run into the zone style. Elofi actually ended up getting the ice on his feet and then using the chug splash there. But there's a player above him. I don't think this is the right play, as the zone is starting to, you know, constrict them a little bit here. And I think he's going to be left the flint knock rotate, because nobody around him is using any sort of mobility. That's what you can see they're trying to do right now. Force the rifts out. Force any way that they can get in the zone, but that's not going to work out. No mobility here for anybody is going to be spent, so they're left to go on foot, and with the flint knock as well.
They don't really have anybody around them, though. Take a look. Everybody has already kind of made their way over to the zone, so they are safe. They are going to be coming up here on Slappy, though, but Slappy is not really interested in an engagement. It looks as though he's going to just stay in his box and try and heal up, slowly making their way to their zone. This doesn't look good for them at all, Bala.
No, the HP situation not looking good. Does have a medkit, is going to start popping that. We saw Slappy briefly for a moment there. He looked like he was a solo, so maybe that's why he wasn't pushing, but I know for sure that Slappy right there, that's his signature skin. He's going to take out Sheep, but all for nothing, because when you do get eliminated, you end up not getting any credit, even if this player, even if Sheep got eliminated fully, Slappy would not get credit for that.
And Famhood able to get the revive on Sheep. Sheep does come back up. He is back in this game, but is looking like he's only sitting on 30 HP. But here we are making our way over to the other side of the map. We see TSM Command and High Sky here. I saw grenades in this lobby. We have another very stacked lobby. It's crazy to me that so many people are competing, and we time and time again just see all of these players ending up in the same lobbies together. What are the chances, really? But
parlando di TSM ci sono davvero tornasci, ma TSM ragazzi, cioè TSM sono forti, cioè TSM Slappy è una bestia, il ricambio subito buono, guarda il ricambio 180 no, sono delle bestie, quanto sfiga qua, TSM comodo, te arrivato su sì proprio non può farti cazzo.
To maximize the efficiency here, but you know what? The flip side of that is
questo qua, guardate come sono giocato. No va, ma questo qua è la mia preferita comunque, ragazzi.
And here we see Zundy just falling to this duo. They already have 2 eliminations, but you know what?
Anche oggi ho fatto una partita.
In these final games, you're gonna have to do a little bit better, and they know that. They're being very aggressive right now, just taking shots at anybody that they hear around them. We see Ghost Saf in here right now. Cryo's down at the bottom. Zate has unfortunately been taken out of the game, so Saf is going to have to try and pull something out here. He is. They are sitting on 87 points, so that could be close depending on how far Saf is able to take the rest of this game.
Te ne mazza, ti sparano.
You know that Saf and Zate are already qualified, but takes out Rux, and these Flintnut rotates in the end game are actually
tanto puoi giocare la World Cup.
Never seen such precise
Sì, non so. Io voglio giocare però. Non c'è nessun mio amico coppe che segna che amici pro. Magari te lo ritrovi nel torneo. No, no, questi qua perché giochi. Se tipo giocavi Coppa Europea già iniziata prima. Poi server giocavi o contro. Vabbè, giocavi solo contro quelli di computer. Perché giocavi tra 7 qualificazioni finali tra i migliori 1500 coppie in Europa.
Had the chance to talk to him a little bit. Super nice. So if you guys, you know, at home are looking for people to follow, Coop and Grenades are very good. They're very approachable. They're great guys. Shouting them out right now.
Comunque raga, condividetela live per favore.
Saw their performance at Secret Skirmish. Now here in the World Cup, seeing what they can do, where they can end up in the leaderboards, edging their way around the zone. Unfortunately, Coop is going to get kind of stuck out right now. He's really close to that other player. He could have made an edit there, but no, he's going to back up right towards Grenades. We're into the top 10 right now.
Io domani raga spero che ci sia dell'Asia di qualche parte. Qui faccio una veramente belle partite però. Figata Ombra, tanti dicono per Pusha, ma ormai se ne sta. Fatto anch'io, ma c'era pure Ghost Hits nel torneo. Sì, Ghost Hits è americano. Ghost no, è europeo.
So these players are really going to have to utilize their builds effectively, their resources effectively. We see people dropping here down. Coop takes out Graska there with 2 shots from the combat shotgun, and then just uses the pickaxe there to just completely take him out. Gets the shot on shot again. And these flicks Balla.
But look who's on high ground again. It's Tickers by
pro,
himself, and we've seen this situation time and time again today. Coop and Grenades being the only duo remaining. Daxter in a little bit of a fight here with Zip. What is going to be the end of that situation? That one is key because that's going to signal Grenades and Coop to take low ground. It's going to be Zip who takes the win there. And he controls low ground right now, but maybe not for long. Hold on, what just happened to Grenades? He actually got knocked out from Zip, and Zip completely dominates the low ground, and but Tickers comes down from the high and saves the day for his duo because they just pushed themselves into 87 points with that victory royale and that 2 elimination game.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if 87 points is going to be enough. You said earlier that you think 90 points is going to be the threshold here for NA East, but I know we have Zeke standing by. Zeke, you've been watching these games with us.
I think incredible is like an understatement. What's a word above incredible? Magnanimous. What's a word above magnanimous? Astronomical. My brain is working. What's a word above? All right, anyway.
Ma ci sono pro veramente che sono così poco.
Golden Boy is the only one who pronounces that word right.
Herculean, it's not that hard. Anyway,
Tifio giocava comunque, però non abbiamo
visto. A true treat to watch, especially because you can really tell everyone is just putting it all on the line. They're giving it that all.
Non so, aspetta raga, vado 2 secondi. Aspettate, non andate via da live.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna cry.
Let's hop into some moments that we saw in the last block that ended up deciding what was
going down.
So first, check the points in the bottom left-hand corner. Zexro sitting on 81. Vinny is there as well.
L'abbiamo vista prima ragazzi, questa clip, veramente.
First, picking up on the keys, getting his 3rd elim. Now onto the high ground, all of a sudden separated away from Vinny, but needs to get into the top 15.
Se vado io alla 90, no, questo gioco, cioè, lo so anch'io, ma è difficile. È difficile, anche vengono. Io ho fatto torneo questo, una volta. Insomma, eravamo talmente più che raga, quella che si può, eravamo in 49, laggava tutto, era impossibile giocare. Eravamo proprio peggio di questa save, tipo questa che state vedendo, eravamo ragazzi in 49, ragazzi io non so.
But then gets picked up, and that
veramente ho fatto il mio amico, abbiamo fatto 10 punti. Non era male, ma già anche i pro fanno 70, ma non è stato per partita. Tipo se vado adesso. Da quando c'è la World Cup? Ci vado. La World Cup, no, la World Cup prende i migliori 100 nel mondo. Ok, ecco. Neanche un punto faccio. Ecco. Lo so, te lo giuro è difficilissimo. Ecco, guardate TSM secondi. Quella che 16.000 euro, porca puttana.
The difference, Calculator and Macwood had four victory royales.
Wow.
To BHEGS and Hearts 3. If Hart had gotten one elim in that 2v1, if he had gotten anything more out of that situation, they would be going to New York City. Instead, Calculator and Macwood, with one of the most dominant placement-heavy performances we have seen so far, booking their spot. A huge shout-out, Slacks and Keys. They've been up there every single week, semifinals and finals challenging. And an even bigger shout-out right now to TSM Zexro. Vinny, you're fantastic as well. But Zexro, battling through the wrist injury, not playing through a large portion, taking months off because he couldn't physically move his arm and was struggling to go through playing Fortnite hurt to then get on the grind and have individual performance like that on this stage in the final week. That is clutch. That is the definition, and that is the reason they'll be going to New York City.
There you go. You know, of course, speaking of going to New York, I think we have to punch their tickets. Like, what are they? Punching the tickets. got me. All right, now, of course, we've got our first list. We got to add our competitors.
In Europa,
here we go.
Holfes Rojo.
Got them. Slacks and Keys. If you want to handle this one, I'll handle this one over here.
Congratulations, Zexro and Vinny. Also, you need better synergy right there. Underscore and dot. Come on.
Wait, pretend I touched it and it came up. That's how this works. And finally, Calculator and Macwood, congratulations. Now, of course, we've got one duo spot left. This list of names is already incredibly stacked. I think there's going to be a single duo coming out of NA West.
Comunque ragazzi, bella. Grazie mille che è stato con me nella live. Grazie a tutti voi.
We've seen the rest of the field. All the other regions are done. Thank you so much for your 10 weeks, but now, if you're not going, you are a spectator until the Trios competition on July 14th and 15th. Make sure you go find your trio. Don't try and cause any too much drama there. You know who I'm talking about. But with that being said, just make sure I don't bother this crash out in the back. We have one more region left. It's NA West right now. We're going to go take a 30-minute break. So what you need to do, go take your dog on a walk, get some dinner, get some exercise.
Anche se avevi l'ultimo credo che ti danno tipo 70.000 euro per dirti. Domani se va tutto bene col joystick gioco. Ok, buono. Ok. Ah, vuoi what? Tra mezz'ora ci sono altri server. Madonna. No, ragazzi, stacco. Ecco qua. Comunque ragazzi, col shop mi devo sopravvivere a rimalzello, ragazzi. Il mio ballo, cavolo. Ehi, ma lol. Ragazzi, è il mio ballo, devo sopparlo. Troppo bello. Ma devo soppare perché, raga, mi chiamo Billy. E questo qua con le Y. E Billy in inglese e Billy in italiano con la I. Ok, ragazzi, stacco la live. Buonanotte, un bacione ragazzi, dal vostro caro Bambis Gamer BBG TV. Ci vediamo ragazzi domani con le live. Domani non so se porto tante live perché non ci sono tanti amici, però ci sono notte che veramente un bacio. Ciao ragazzi. Oh, aspetta che stacco live.